Hello, welcome back to the Self-Care Cafe. I'm Pammy Parker. Pull up a chair, make yourself comfortable. Before we begin, a quick content note. Today's episode talks about anniversaries and marked dates that can bring up strong feelings. If you need to pause or listen later, that's perfectly okay. You are not required to do anything other than be where you are. I want to frame this as a short conversation with the kinds of things a grief-informed ritualist might say. Practical, tender, and focused on giving you options, not prescriptions. Think of this as a little menu you can use when a date on the calendar starts to feel heavy. I'll walk through why marked dates can feel so big, 3 small approaches you can try, a lived example, and then we'll do a quick 2-minute planning micro-practice together.
Why do anniversaries feel so large? In plain terms, dates are memory magnets. A calendar day can cue a whole story. Images, smells, the people who were there, and the expectations we carry about how we should feel. Add in social pressure, cards, parties, posts, and your nervous system can interpret that day as an invitation to relive or perform, which is exhausting. So the first thing I want to say is the intensity makes sense. Your body is doing what memory and social cues teach it to do.
Okay, 3 simple approaches you can borrow, adapt, or tuck away in a drawer for later. First, the plan option menu. This is a low-effort planning trick where you decide ahead of time what your choices are for that day. Private, social, or skip. Private might mean lighting a candle at home for 5 minutes. Social could be a short coffee with one trusted friend. Skip means exactly that. You do not mark the day at all. The power here is choice. You remove the default of doing what everyone else expects and give yourself permission to pick from a small, doable list.
Second, the permission plan. This is a 1-sentence script you can say to yourself, either aloud or silently when the day arrives. Something like, today I give myself permission to feel what I feel and to do less if that feels safer. Or even briefer, I am allowed to sit this one out. The point is not to solve the grief. It's to give yourself explicit consent so you don't have to perform bravery on demand. Third, the pocket anchor. This is a tiny sensory or sentence cue you can carry, literally in your pocket, or a short phrase in your mind. It could be a smooth stone, a spritz of familiar fragrance, or a 2-word phrase like steady breath. When the day tilts you, you use the anchor to ground your nervous system for a moment. It's small, portable, and private. I want to share a short-lived vignette. I'll keep details minimal to protect privacy, but it's a concrete example. A listener I worked with had an anniversary that used to mean an entire weekend of obligations, calls, gatherings, a public post, because that's how the family had always done it. She felt drained and unseen. This time, she made an abbreviated plan, private option only, a 10-minute morning ritual with her tea and a photo, and a permission plan that said, I will not answer hosted events today. She carried a smooth river stone as a pocket anchor. The day shifted from performance to something chosen. She said later that the pressure was gone. The memory was still there, but it no longer took over her whole day. Now, let's do the guided 2-minute planning micro-practice together. If you're listening, you can play along. No need to speak out loud unless you want to. First, notice one date on your calendar that feels likely to matter in the next few months. Hold that date gently for a moment. Are you there? Good. Second, choose one option from the plan option menu. Private, social, or skip. Which feels doable? Choose that. Third, craft a 10 to 20 word permission plan. I'll give you a template. On date, I give myself permission to blank and not to blank. Fill the blanks in your head now, quickly, simply. Fourth, select a pocket anchor, something small you can carry, or a short phrase you can repeat. That's it. You've just sketched a gentle plan. A few notes about adapting these ideas. Cultural, religious, and family traditions matter, so use these prompts as scaffolding, not as a replacement for lineage practices. If a ritual is meaningful in your tradition, you might adapt the permission plan to honor ceremony while shortening participation. If mobility or caretaking limits your options, choose anchors and private rituals that fit your body and household. And if sharing would cause harm or unwanted attention, keep your plan private. No one needs to know except you.
Troubleshooting. If a date surfaces much deeper grief than you expected, first, give yourself immediate permission to stop the planned activity. A short grounding exercise, a phone call to a trusted person, or stepping away from social media can help. Second, set gentle boundaries with others. It's okay to say, I need a quiet day, or I won't be attending this year. Third, if the emotions feel overwhelming or persist, consider reaching out to professional support. We'll include links on the episode page to resources and crisis lines. You're not meant to carry this alone if it gets heavier than your plan allows.
Before we close, if you'd like templates, calendar prompts, and privacy-first sharing tips to make this even easier, visit the Self-Care Cafe website. There you'll find downloadable anniversary templates you can print or save to your phone, along with suggestions for anchors that respect different traditions and mobility needs. I've also added a short transcript of today's episode and referral information if a date brings up more than you can manage in a single plan.
Thank you for sitting with this with me. Remember, shrinking an obligation isn't shrinking the memory. It's making room for you. Come as you are. Leave nourished. I'll see you next time at the cafe.